Alright guys, TouchGrab back again today with another double upload. Today we're going to talk briefly about the Rise Nation organization, a legendary name really in Call of Duty Esports, and of course Pac-Man joins them as like a general manager type of figure a couple of weeks ago now. He joined the OGLA team earlier this season as like their coach. That obviously didn't work out right and he was released and then was kind of in limbo about exactly where he does go next. It does look like Rise Nation are looking to return to the CDL potentially next season. Unclear exactly what's going to go on here, but there has been some discussion and some hints over the last few days as exactly who could be going on to that team. And Pac-Man saying it is somewhat likely they managed to get a spot in the CDL maybe next season or maybe the further seasons on, because if Rise Nation are interested next season, it doesn't take too many more teams to be interested as well before we get to a point where, well, we could potentially have a 16-team league expansion. That would be very exciting indeed. Like if you guys enjoyed the video, subscribe if you are new as always, I would greatly appreciate it. Here we see from Pac-Man a couple of weekends ago then saying, I'm back. You see on his t-shirt here it says Detroit. This was from MES Detroit back in like 2015 times, but definitely some people are looking at this is like a hint of exactly what might be to come. In terms of potential franchise locations, we get this as well from the Deserto article talking about an interview with ESPN Esports. Rise Nation co-owner and founder talking about we do want to move on to Call of Duty as far as the CDL goes. We've had talks with them dating back to last year and as recently as a few months ago. We're just getting our marbles all in the right basket so we can take aim at securing a spot for that league specifically. We're not going to restrict ourselves to that, but that is our first target. Just wasn't quite the right time to get into franchising, but we feel like we have a plan and structure to get back into the scene. So this is what Rise Nation want to do. Bringing on Pac-Man from Call of Duty, like, definitely looks like that is the direction they want to go. And certainly then you get the question on exactly what does their roster look like next season if they do decide to go down this route. This tweet came out from Looney on the 24th of July at Gunless saying soon, like, you know, what could this potentially mean? Gunless replied saying like, you know, do we bring the old squad back together that won a load of championships back in the day on the World War II team that, you know, it was early on, it was Methods, TJ Halley, Looney and Gunless. Then Methods was swapped out for Slasher in the middle of the season. They went on to win 2 more championships before having a pretty poor finish at the World Championship where they finished in the top 16 place, where Slacked had that 1v2 to finish off the job in the game 5 for the Luminosity squad as it was at the time. We then get this as well. So Looney says counting down the days, I imagine kind of to the end of Modern Warfare to see what exactly happens then, because he's been on the bench the entire season of the Toronto Ultra. Definitely a guy with the talent of Looney and what he's managed to do in the past. Probably thinks that, like, I don't want to be on the bench, right? He's a player that probably thinks he still has some playing days left. He's won an event in pretty much every single game, apart from the Black Ops 4 season, of course. And then in the Modern Warfare season, things haven't necessarily gone his way as well. But he's still certainly a talented player. Obviously, he believes maybe he can still compete at the top level. And then Rise Nation, of course, hit the reply on this one saying, you know, maybe we bring it back together again. So, of course, Gunless on the bench right now with the Huntsman. I'm sure that, well, he's looking for exactly what his next step is. Hex, I'm sure, was looking to facilitate that, exactly what that does look like. And if Rise Nation managed to, well, sort something out, maybe this is a squad that they at least pick up as the core of the roster. Then we get this. Big thanks to CJ Editor for pointing this out to me. This was in the Stocksmen stream the other day, and well, as you can see in the bottom right hand corner here, let's just zoom in real quick. So Pac-Man's interested in this kind of stuff. I'm also trying to get well, more clued up on the whole you know, trading and all this kind of stuff. Big time, made a lot of money off it, so it seems like a good thing to at least understand the very basics of. And as CJ Editor says right here, a moderator in the stream, is this the Detroit 2021 CDL team Pac-Man? And well, Pac-Man says thanks bros, and maybe. So I'm not absolutely out of the question that this does happen indeed for CDL 2021. And the fact that he's talking about maybe and well, mentioning Detroit as well, definitely sounds like this is something that is on the cards that is being considered for Pac-Man and co right now. The question of course is, let's say Rise Nation have the funding, let's say they're ready to go and they're ready to kick off with this organization. Are there another 3 organizations in a similar way that want to get something done? And I'm sure a lot of teams right now are looking what Atlanta FaZe have done, the fact that they've managed to come in with the FaZe branding into the franchise league, when a lot of organizations and most organizations have completely stripped apart their old branding to go down this new route. You know, however, do Rise Nation think, well, if FaZe have done it, why can't we also maintain the Rise name into the game and have something along a similar lines? And maybe CDL has kind of backed themselves into a corner, the fact that maybe they have to kind of go with this now, given they've already given the exception once to Atlanta FaZe, and definitely maybe opens the door to other teams like 100 Thieves potentially coming in future years. But definitely something to keep your eyes on. Like if you guys enjoyed the video, subscribe if you're new as always, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.